Okay, this is June 15 AQA paper C3, and this is the last question, so it's a bit sneaky, to say the least, really. Okay, so we've got an equation. Looks horrid, not sure what's going on, not sure how to get sec squared. So the first thing I do, because I don't learn the formulas, is I have to start back at C2 with this, and then I think, right, I'm going to get those other two, so I'm going to divide this by sine squared x, and this one by sine squared x, and this one by sine squared x, to get 1 plus cot squared x equals cosec squared x. And then do the same thing, and because I've got the power of television or whatever, I'm going to divide by cos squared x now, and I end up with tan squared x plus 1 equals sec squared x, and I can delete the bottom thing again there. So that's good. So I've got my 3 equations that I think might help me at this precise moment in time. Okay, so looking at that, it looks like I'm going to need this one. Okay, so because this has got cos squared x, cosec squared x equals that, that's the one I'm going to do. So I've got, so I'm going to get rid of the 4 cosec squared. So I've got 4 lots of 1 plus cot squared x minus cot squared x equals k. So 4 plus, maybe I should change it to theta, because that's what we're dealing with, equals k. So I've got 4 there. So I've got 4 plus 3 cot squared theta equals k. So 3 cot squared theta equals k minus 4. So cot squared theta equals k minus 4 over 3. So looking back at where I've started, I've got this bit, but I've got it over 3, which is a bit weird. So then I start thinking, sec squared. So what is sec squared? Well, sec squared is 1 over cos squared theta. Okay, and I've got cot squared, which is cos squared theta over sine squared theta. And then how am I going to just get cos squared by itself? So I really need to times through by sine squared or something. And the only other thing I've got is cosec squared. And cosec squared equals 1 over sine squared theta. Ooh, look, there's my sine squared theta. So I could do, if I could do something and just leave me with cos squared, and I could do 1 over that and see if I end up with this. So I suggest, let's try and do exactly the same thing as we've done here, but using this formula, we're going to get rid of, we're going to do cot squared x equals cosec squared x minus 1. We're going to use this version. Sub it into the original equation. So I've got 4 cosec squared theta minus cosec squared theta minus 1 equals k. So 4 cosec squared theta minus cosec squared theta plus 1 equals k. So I've got 3 cosec squared theta equals k minus 1. So cosec squared theta equals k minus 1 over 3. Weird. Right. So this is where it comes together. So to get sec squared, which is 1 over cos squared, I'm going to do cosec squared divided by cot squared, which is 1 over sine squared theta divided by cos squared theta over sine squared theta, which is 1 over sine squared theta times sine squared theta over cos squared theta. Cancel, cancel. Gives me 1 over cos squared theta, which is sec squared theta. Wow, it works. So cosec squared was k, I'm going to have to go down. So I've got k, k minus 1 over 3 divided by k minus 4 over 3 would give me k minus 1 over k minus 4. So I just need to tidy that up a bit, which I haven't done very well, and that would all be lovely. Okay, prove that bit. So next part, we've proved that first bit, and looking at the original question, we can see we've got a hence, and hence is always something to do with something. So here we can see this is theta, and this is theta. Okay. Oh, and this is obviously k. So I should be able to solve this by saying that sec squared of 2x plus 75 degrees is equal to 5 minus 1 over 5 minus 4, which is 4 over 1, which is 4. Awesome. So, at this point, sec squared is 1 over cos squared 2x plus 75 equals 4. So surely that means cos squared of 2x plus 75 equals a quarter. And that was all good. Where everyone went wrong was when you try and find cos of 2x plus 75. You will forget this bit. So equals plus or minus a half. So where you only came up with a half, you lost all the marks and you only ended up with 1 out of 5 because you missed all the other solutions possible. At this point, and we will come back to it, we will stick this in our calculator and find the correct solutions. But, in fact, we will start using it now. So the first thing is I'm just going to do cos of theta equals, we'll find plus and minus a half, yep. So using our calculator, going to maths, options, calc, oh I don't have an n solve one, okay. That's really annoying. You have an n solve solution, so you do options, calc, and there's n solve here. Shove in your calculation like this one with the squared in there and it will solve it for you, which is really annoying. Instead, I'm going to have to do inverse cos of 0.5 and make sure I'm in degrees. Do that again. Good, it's 60. So theta equals cos minus 1 over half equals 60. Looking at the cos graph, got that. So you got half here. So we're looking at this point 60. That's 180. And we'll also have this point at, given that 360, this must be 300. And then minus a half, that's 60. Then we know that minus a half inverse, this will be 120. And this will be 180 plus 60, which is 220. Okay, so we should have 60, 120, 240. Oh, 240. 300. And as it turns out, but we don't know it yet because it's doubled, it's 2x plus 75. We need the extra one, which is 420. Okay, so those will give you loads of marks. Then you need to change it and say, well, 2x plus 75 equals 60, 120, 240, 300, 420. So 2x has got to be minus 75. So if you take 75 off that, you're going to end up with minus 15. So that's out. 45, 165, 225, 245. So x has got to equal 22.5. 82.5, 112.5 and 172.5. You needed all of those. If you use the end solve button, you will get all of those correct. Very good. Okay, good luck.